Imagine yourselves a few years from now. Now add a few more years. And a few more. Come on. A couple more years. Right around the time when you are 65. Stay with that image for a moment. Do you want to be retired? Do you want to feel retired? What feelings do the thoughts about your retirement provoke in you? Most of us do not think much about our retirement. One reason is because we associate retirement with getting old. Ageism is so prevalent in our society to the point we don't even realize. Think about birthday cakes. What do we celebrate when we sing, "Happy birthday to you"? And you see all those candles that barely fit on the cake, or worse off, a number displayed on it, and you think, "I am now 62. Some studies show that ageism is even prevalent in children. I can personally testify to that when once my 5-year-old daughter offered my 60-year-old neighbor to take a photo of him in case he dies. We also don't think much about retirement because psychologically it is difficult for us to imagine our future selves. So if we do not imagine ourselves, we cannot sympathize with ourselves. And if we do not sympathize with ourselves, we are not very good at planning our future retirement. Neither our finances, nor how would we want to spend our time once retired. Lastly, we do not think much about retirement because in our mind, retirement represents the dawn of our lives. That one day I leave work and all my productive years are left behind. All my fun times with colleagues are left behind. Most of my ideas and aspirations are all left behind. In fact, past that one day, we have more to look back to than to look forward to, don't we? Why so? Why is it that yesterday I worked and led a productive life, and today I'm retired, and with all those things that are left behind, I am now just supposed to rest? You see, contrary to the advancements in other spheres of our lives, the concept of retirement has seen little evolution since late 19th, early 20th century. Back then, the idea behind retirement was that by the age of about 60, an average person started to show signs of aging, frailty, inefficiency at work, so it made economical sense to let them work no more. Indeed, when globally life expectancy barely reached 50 years old by mid-1950s, someone living to 60 years old was considered rather old. So it only makes sense to let them respectfully spend their last few years in a well-deserved rest. Even the word itself, retirement, comes from 16th century French word retirer, which means to withdraw from occupation, business, society. In today's day and time, this sounds rather somber, don't you think? Today, an average retirement lasts 22 years. And in some countries, that number approaches 30. Yes, that is between a third and half of our lifetime. I can bet you did not imagine yourself withdrawing and feeling old for 22 years when a few minutes ago I've asked you to imagine your future self. And rightly so. You see, the funny things with retirement is that they tend to creep up on us rather abruptly. And these abrupt transitions into retirement have a lot of negative impacts on us. For example, they lead to uninformed or impulsive decisions. They shatter our sense of self-confidence and self-identity. They deteriorate our social relationships, and in some cases, even reduce our lifespan. Conversely, control over retirement decisions is known to have a positive, lasting effect on the psychological well-being of retirees. So the logical question that comes to my mind then is as follows. Today, when our general life circumstances and health allow us to be active and involved for about 22 years, are we obliged to pass to this superficial and socially segregated status of a retiree at the legally defined age? Even more so, in today's day and time, do retirement transitions have to be uniform and abrupt by default? I am a co-founder of a startup that develops a digital body that will support active lifestyles of people aged 50 and above. Since with our solution, we aim to positively impact people's habits, we experiment with insights from behavioral science. One of such insights is called default. By its definition, a default is an option that is available when we do nothing. It is an option that requires no effort on our part. Defaults are known to be a simple yet effective tool, particularly when there is an inaction or when our choices are difficult to make. Oftentimes presented as a pre-filled option, defaults are also perceived as a recommended course of action. Defaults are known to maximize people's retirement savings. Pension savings plans that by default increase the rate of our retirement contribution with every pay raise we get maximize our retirement savings with no particular effort on our part. So, if defaults are able to maximize our retirement savings, why don't we, instead of leaving work abruptly, smoothen our retirement transition? Possibly, retirement transitions that are smooth by default could give us that sense of control of our retirement decision, allow us to gradually adjust to the new lifestyle, lengthen our active years, and by extension, improve our life satisfaction and maybe even happiness. Surely there are a number of legal problems to that, and I'm not here to challenge or discuss them. Neither am I proposing to cancel retirement or to extend the legally required age. I'm merely proposing an idea that can coexist with the existing legal frameworks, seems to fit into today's society, and empowers one to make life choices that align to their health, general life circumstances, and most importantly, desire to lead an active lifestyle. So how could we do this? Surely, as individuals, we can make steps to remain active, but that path is full of obstacles, both social and behavioral. For instance, according to Pew Research, up to 70% of their respondents plan to find work past retirement, but less than 30% actually manage to do so. Some people fall prey to sedentary routines that they don't notice even when they develop. Others are not very good at finding things to do, yet others lack confidence to go out and find things because now they have become a retiree. Companies and organizations have a huge power to shift this outdated paradigm. In fact, in some industries, capturing the skills and knowledge that disappear the moment someone retires could be strategically important. Imagine a corporate solution where by default, somebody approaching a legal retirement age might retire legally, but instead of leaving the company abruptly, are offered a smoother route, where they could develop a plan of how they would want to eventually transition into their retirement. They could gradually reduce their work duties from full-time to part-time to consulting projects and gigs. They could remain on call for substitution, mentoring, advice. They could participate in various corporate initiatives or switch duties, do project support, well-being initiatives, you name it. Surely, there is going to be always someone who will want to retire abruptly. But let this not be the default option. Instead, the default retirement that is smooth by default would allow employees to get a taste of retirement, yet keep a bond with their company and their colleagues, possibly continue earning some extra income, and most importantly, feel less old. So as we move now into this retirement transition that is smooth by default, we should probably even stop calling it a retirement, as in reality, before a person decides to retire, they do not withdraw from life. Let's give this period a more vibrant and a positive name, because when we give names to concepts, that's when they start existing in our minds. We can imagine and act upon them. How about keen agers? A large and growing group of population that might be approaching the legal retirement age, but instead of leaving work, are participating in the society. They seek to do meaningful work. They dance, travel, play musical instruments, actively look for meaningful connections. Most importantly, according to our research and research of many others, many teenagers care little about social expectations. All they worry about is to live happily. I believe instead of segregating them into that withdrawing group, we could embrace them and learn from them a great deal. Now think back about yourself when you're 65. Yes, come on, back to that age, 65. But not retired, but keen, transitioning self. Imagine yourself in good health, surrounded by people you like, doing the work that matters, and feeling free from that retirement stamp, but choosing to retire your way. Is that image easier to imagine? Slightly more pleasant? Possibly even easier to plan for. Or maybe that image has already sparked an idea or two in your head of what you would like to do before you decide to retire. Surely one day we will all decide to retire. It is up to us and to our companies to ensure that we do so when we actually want to do so. Providing a smoother path to retirement by default might just be the way to the dawn of our lives, which we would actually want to live and experience. Thank you. Okay.